I just realized that I did not warn you ahead that I was starting the recording. Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's
If not,
fine.
if not, I can stop it and delete whatever, all the 3 seconds it has recorded so far. Okay, so we're in session 7 of the Apocalypse, neither between. Last time, and it was nice to have that long summary, but also it also takes so much time away. So
It
maybe
was
I'll just
long.
quickly read the short one this time. And it goes like this. The investigation discovered that the vampire William had been hiding in catacombs beneath Hargrave House, and they confronted him. Hargrave House confronted him after Constable Lansing arrived to question Dr. Swindrake about the Whitechapel murder. William emerged from the rafters, killed the constable, and attacked, but Dr. Swindrake used the Necronomicon to perform a paralyzing ritual from Dr. Van Helsing's notes. With William frozen in place by blazing sigils, the she being Dr. Swindrake, methodically decapitated him with a ritual dagger, and his ancient body dissolved into blood and ash. The investigation then turned their attention to new mysteries: the St. James's Street ghost haunting the Beale House, and the serial killer Sally No Face, who removed victims' faces with surgical precision. And also, there's still the rats. Mr. Pike visited his tailor, Mr. Clemenza, and discovered clues connecting him to Sally No Face, including a monogrammed surgeon's gown with the initials EVC. He also investigated the haunted Beale House, where he experienced a disturbing vision of tea turning to blood and insects, manifestations drawn from his traumatic war memories, suggesting the ghost could read minds and conjure personal fears. Meanwhile, Dr. Swindrake examined Sally's victims at the hospital mortuary and discovered that while 2 showed impeccable surgical work, a third victim appeared to be the work of a different, less skilled killer, indicating a copycat or accomplice. Through vulnerable conversations with Fanny, her new assistant. Okay. We had that scene where Fanny cleaned up the mess of Constable Lansing.
She actually has
Dr.
like a really strong stomach. She doesn't mind any of that.
Dr. Swindrake began opening herself emotionally for the first time since losing her beloved Charlotte, while both she and Pike grappled with how memory and hope could be both dangerous and necessary as they pursued their investigations. I hope that is enough to bring us up to speed to what happened 3 weeks ago, because we didn't play the past 2 weeks. And so our time without our dear Mix Latimer has been way shorter than I was afraid it would be. Welcome back, Zina.
I'm glad about it. My FOMO has been reduced.
Yes. And we spent first bit of the evening to by putting our stuff into the new character keeper that was released by the Gauntlet, and that is pretty, I must say. And last time we got all but through the day phase, and that brought with it that Zina wasn't here for the dawn phase, and I think then just saying, Zina, tough luck would be a bit dickish, and kind of punishing the player for something they didn't really have any influence on, and also we are not in the business of punishing each other. So why don't we just quickly pretend it is dawn for a moment while you, not without consent, right, Gwen? While you claim your XP, and if you already have an idea what you want for your advance, also claim that.
Mm-hmm.
So the hunters did answer a question, check. They also resolved a threat, also check.
Hang on a
that
sec.
is Limehouse Lurker.
I'm just finding my XP thing.
Oh, sorry.
Where do I even do that?
I don't know
It should
where
be
it is.
like right under your stats. There's like a little bar that you can mark.
Oh,
on, like,
God.
the main thing. So you'll have to go to questions and then go back to
Yeah, it wasn't. No, it's also under. Yeah, okay, I can see it now. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yes, Hunters answered question. No, we did answer a question. Yes.
Yeah, you did.
And we also resolved a threat. Indeed.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't.
Yes.
I was at a party, but cool.
But you are
so
part of the hunters.
That brings me to 6.
Mm-hmm. It
So
doesn't
now,
say did you resolve a threat.
So now I guess, do I just remove them all?
That's what I would do, yeah, and then go on.
Take a new move. I already know what I want to take, so therefore I may as well.
Uh-huh. What do you want?
Well, I don't know where I do that either.
I'm afraid you'll have to help each other there.
If you go to more, there's an advancement tab, and then I think if you select the advancement, you can then go back to moves or something. And I'm not sure, but I think that's how it works.
I have found it, and I shall be taketh away. I just don't know how that works with my most beloved, but I guess we'll figure that out later. Okay, cool. So then, did I experience an echo in the night? I did, but I cannot remember. Oh no, I do remember. It was all of the pig stuff, all of the crazy pig stuff. There was so much of it. So yes.
Yeah.
Did you create an ornate, over-the-top erotic experience for someone else's pleasure? I think this time I managed to do that.
Yes, what was that?
Well, I brought Fanny over to the library to help the good doctor.
And that is ornate and over the top to Mix Latimer's standards?
Well, I mean, not to Hecate's standards, but certainly to the doctors for sure. I'm sure Fanny, while I did,
I just said no one's ever done that for her before. That was quite stunning.
I'm sure while Fanny did go very slowly, she showed us some tricks that were quite pleasurable. Tricks of the trade. I don't know. That's the wrong word. I feel like that's now I don't know if I marked it already. No, I think I did. Yes. And they let someone touch me and then make them pay a price for doing so. Yes, the lady at the party.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So yeah.
Cool. So let's quickly take a look at Taketh Away together. When you destroy a side character, physically, spiritually, or socially, describe how it makes you feel. Scar your reflection and roll with vitality. On a 10+, choose 2. On a 7 to 9, choose 1. If the side character is a worshipper, there is no need to roll. Choose 3. And then you have the choice between the 4 items. Clear any conditions you wish, including most beloved. Your next roll is taken with advantage. You may take something from your victim and add it to your personal quarters, or there are no long-term consequences for your actions.
Great. That move just had to be added to Giveth.
Mm-hmm. I love that you can just destroy anybody.
Yeah.
Not just your worshippers, it's just for the worshippers. You don't even need to roll.
Exactly.
It
will be interesting. Yeah. Just even darker than the other one, the previous one already. So yeah. Cool.
And you know what the situation that puts me as the GM in is that it's really disconcerting that you could just take all my antagonists and just make them your worshipper at any point.
All your favorite your favorite NPCs. Yeah, but I mean, also, I don't feel like. Yeah, I guess it is an incredibly overpowered move, really. But on the other hand, it doesn't. It kind of takes away from the fun if you're using it like some sort of murder hobo situation, right?
Yeah, but also it brings you ever closer to ruin. So it almost seems like the undeniable wandered into London from Apocalypse Keys.
Yeah.
In terms of power level, but also in terms of this impending ruin thing. Okay, anyway, let's try to get into the game. As difficult as that might be after 2 weeks. We were moving towards the end of the day phase. So let's start with Hecate, since Hecate didn't get around to do anything that day. What were you doing that day?
What was I doing that day? Wait, what happened again? Oh no!
Maybe the way I wanted to play it when I thought you would be gone for the entire day phase is we ended with that party. And then, of course, the logical next step would have been, if you hadn't been there, that Max Letterman is just out of action for the coming day and just waking up face down in the ditch somewhere. That was my plan, but now you're here and it's technically still the day phase. So if you have anything other than that you want to do, please tell me.
I wonder if, I think maybe Mixed Latimer just enjoyed themselves a bit too much. So, they just stayed out the whole night and ended up like sort of going with some of the new acquaintances to some because I'm inspired by the previous session, but like basically to some kind of really how do you say that? Exclusive, avant-garde tailor that I met through this place because there are all these mannequins and da da da. Anyway, to I don't know, get some cool new garb made, and it was just I completely forgot about this vampire business and all of that. And also, I'm sure the others are taking care of that. It's fine.
Who are the others? Who are you going with?
No, I meant the others as in the other hunters surely have it in hand, and I'm just gallivanting about town, getting
then
fitted with some cool clothes.
Then I think a way we can do that, if you allow me to set it up for you, is that we pick up where we left off with Mr. Pike, leaving St. James Street, and I am stupidly fixated on the house number, which is absolutely irrelevant. 18 St. James Street, and leaving the house after having talked with Mr. Beale, and who should come stumbling down the street in like a slightly disheveled state, but Mixed Latimer. On the way, it seems, to your tailor, Mr. Clemenza. And I would just give you the scene.
Or maybe I've just come from him.
Oh, or that. Do you want to be at Mr. Clemenza's by yourself, or do we want to just skip Mr. Clemenza?
Oh no, I think we can just skip that, to be honest. I'm just thinking of a reason for updating. I mean, obviously I like to spend anyway, but basically I'm thinking for a reason to at some point choose did you appear in society wearing risque or avant-garde fashion, and this seems as good as a reason as any to be like, oh yeah, I was at this party and somebody gave me this address and maybe Mr. Clemenza doesn't even advertise this kind of service. Normally he's like just a sort of does very well made tailored but he'll take on a few projects every quarter or something for
okay. Oh, so you don't actually want to do anything right now. You just you want to narratively stage that you have access to the tailor. Yeah.
Yeah, no, sure. I don't know. I sorry, I misunderstood you. I think you were just like, okay, what were you doing all morning? And I thought, okay, that's what I was doing. And I thought that was it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just thought, what were you doing in terms of anything that's interesting to have a scene about? I think you've been in New York, in London, probably also New York though, longer than most other people. So I'm sure you know Clemenzas have I mentioned that I'm quite tired today? In St. James Street, which is like one of the top addresses for like tailoring in general. And also, I don't know if you know that also Casey, do you think Latimer knows that Pike is frequenting Clemenzas as well? Or is that a secret? Is that your Second Life thing?
Yeah, I think that's the secret private life of Pike.
Oh, okay.
And so,
I think Hecate would be very surprised.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I think.
So then that begs the question: would it be interesting to you guys to stumble into one another and like kind of dance around that Secret Life theme, or do we want to keep that for later and just press on?
Oh, I feel like that could be interesting. Just sort of like coming out of a fitting room and then going, "Oh, Pike, what are you doing here?"
So were you? You were here when we got the new mystery. Yeah. So I think Pike will. Yeah. Following a lead, Mixed Latimer, the haunting seems to be appearing in a house around the way the gentleman of the house has racked up some very serious debts, including some to this fine tailor. I believe he's trying to position himself above his station.
Mm.
Following
Yeah.
following up here, perhaps see if there's leverage to be applied.
And since we
Me
are in the
as a
day,
player, I want to say, is it interesting? I mean, I don't know. I love the idea, just comedically speaking, that you're saying that while I don't know, clearly having some stuff around you still that shows that you were being measured for stuff. Whether that's just because I came in while somebody was still doing holding a pen in their thing, just doing a measurement and then going, secreting that away, and me just sort of like going, and then you thought you might as well pick up a new suit jacket, or I don't know. That's me as a player saying I would suggest it, but I don't know if that's too much for me to know. And so you let me know.
Casey, what do you think? Do you think that Mr. Clemenza is aware of your second life? And that is the question. Like, if he is aware, then he will protect it, I think. But is he aware of it?
So I think coming in to him as I'm dressed, like plainly, he would have to know something's up. So I think whatever he knows is a lie. But he knows that there's something going on.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And go ahead.
I was just saying, because in my head canon that, of course, percolated over the past 2 weeks, you two served in Crimea together.
Oh, very interesting. Cool. I like that angle.
And if that is interesting to you, then that you're also living a double life towards him, who's maybe one of your oldest friends in the city, that is even juicier.
Cool. And then I let's see. I know that I had narrated coming into the shop and locking the door so that I knew that we wouldn't be disturbed.
Yes, but I was in a private thingamajig in the back,
I see. Then if there is some evidence there of that, I think Pike just kind of shrugs it off. Well,
can I set the
scene? In Rome.
Can I set the scene? I imagine Pike comes in and there is this open and close sign, and he comes in, turns it around to closed, maybe locks the door from within, as you do when you have important stuff to talk about, and you come in and go, Vittorio, are you here? And Clemenza comes to the front, and it's like, yes, of course I'm here. How can I help you, sir? And then at any point, Mix Latimer come to the front.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just asking if that's cool with you or not. Because if it's cool with you, then I just like the idea, and I also love the idea that he just goes, well, I kind of understand, when in Rome, why wouldn't you want to upgrade your wardrobe a little bit, and sort of going, yes, you treat yourself, Pike, you deserve it.
Yeah. Mr. Beale might not be the only one with aspirations above his station.
I think Hecate will even go Vittorio, will you be so good and put his suit, whatever, his services on my bill, please? In his little
right away,
annoyingly aloof, generous way.
And Clemenza plays the role of not knowing Pike, who Pike is, to perfection, of course. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice. If there's nothing else you want out of that scene, we can just go on.
Fine.
What?
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's just a bit of character or something. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm just wondering if I maybe want to invite you to do the information move. If there's anything in the list that just Mix Latimer if you'd like. There is one clue that I'm just bursting to give out. It would fit nicely here. Would you please do the information move with?
Go ahead. Sorry.
I think it would be reason, actually. I know It's not your strong suit, but that is what it is. It's about noticing something.
Yeah, sure. Hang on, I need to open the thing again because I'm on the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Whatever. I haven't had it open in a while.
And if you fail it, nothing happens, and you just don't get the clue. I don't know. And I
Yeah, so I
found another.
mean, I wonder if I just look around and maybe also seeing those, what was it, those fashionable surgical gowns being like, and having my
Yeah.
interest piqued, and therefore I just look around a bit more
Oh yeah.
carefully or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2d6, and then it is
-1.
a -1. Oh, it's still a 7.
Wow. Very good. And I was so close to say, just give you the clue, don't roll. So I think while Mr. Clemenza is busy with Mr. Pike, as you said, you check out the dresses, the surgical gowns, and you open the left lapel, and in there is I imagine there's the business card of Clemenza. There is also like some measurements that he noted down and put in there. Although that's probably a trade secret. I think it's just his business card, and you take it out and kind of have it in your fingers, and without really thinking about it, turn it around, and on the back of this credit card, written in fountain pen, there is a name currently without meaning, and that name is Victoria Callas. And I'll just put that in our nice new sheet under clues.
Are we still using the Miro now or not?
It can't hurt. Probably good to keep things together, but I will also in parallel use the keeper. So if you could put that into the Miro, I'll put it in the keeper. And the clue is a name currently without meaning, Victoria Callas. That is a clue for Salino Face. And you can just copy paste it from the keeper, or I can do it.
I have it. I just need to also find the link to the Miro, or just open it somehow. Anyway.
Yeah. I just put it in, and I will post the link to the Miro in a second.
Tab.
There we are.
It's supposed to work, but it didn't work the way it's supposed to. So I guess
don't worry about it. I just put it into the Miro board, and the link is in the chat.
Cool.
All good. Your GM cares. And I would say with that, unless anybody has anything else important to do, we will first end the day phase, and secondly go on break for, I don't know, what do you want? 8 minutes? Is that enough? Come back 10 past?
That works for me.
Sounds good.
Yeah, good. See you then. Am I still audible? Yeah, okay, because I just touched cables man is not supposed to touch.
Yeah. I had to get new earbuds, which have been fucking garbage. But my old ones had a button you had to click, and this one is just like, if you touch it at all.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking nightmare.
Mine have that as well. It's like these crazy expensive Sony earbuds, and they have the same feature, and I all the time accidentally turn off my podcast just because I'm adjusting them. Or
or
my ear.
I'm touching your head.
Yeah. Okay, welcome back. Sorry? No, go ahead.
I was just mentioning that I have some relatively affordable earbuds that don't have that because they have an actual physical button.
Very good.
So you don't accidentally hit it. They're they're from Baseus or something like that.
And I bought these expensive ones because my cheaper ones had the problems that they always cut out when I'm standing at a traffic light. And then it's interfering with the Bluetooth. And I thought, hey, I did not have the problem with my over ears, but they are not good for my ears. So maybe it's something that Sony just knows how to evade, but turns out they don't. My ears have the problem again. Anyway, we are in the dusk, where the players now may attempt to answer a question if they have collected enough clues and wish to do so. And we look at our mysteries. Cannot imagine how much I'm always looking forward to the night phase. Mainly for the unseen, actually. If we look at our threads, we have a whopping 8 clues in Salino phase. We have a not so whopping, but I mean, seeing that we just started this day phase, it's already quite impressive. 2 clues for the St. James Street Ghost, and we have 3 clues for the Horde. So that's maybe not quite enough yet. But for Sally No Face, even with a big question, you could try for like the complexity 8 question. You could try for a ±0 roll if you wanted to, or you could also let it cook a bit longer. It's only in its second night. There's no urgency yet. So I guess my question to you is: do you want to do anything with Sally No Face? The other two are not ripe enough anyway, or not?
Zena, can you? I don't think
Can
we
you
can
hear me?
There
Oh,
you
now I
are.
can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was talking and it was not lighting up as green, and then I was like, I
Oh,
don't know if this is working.
No, that didn't come through. Sorry.
Hello,
Hey.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't understand sometimes. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I was just trying to say something about the Sally No Face thing, as in, yes, we have 8 clues. I just don't feel like they are that great in terms of answering the actual question. Unless, I mean, I don't have good ideas anyway.
Mhm.
But yeah, what do others think?
I'm looking at them now. Let's see.
Take your time.
Um,
And the neat thing is, any silences will be truncated from the recording anyway. So it's all good.
Nice.
Ow. I mean, I guess.
I mean, we can explain clues away, right? Like we don't have to make them
Yes.
make sense to the thing, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to take a run at it or let it cook. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But
I mean, explaining them away is also a way of explaining them, right? It's not
Right.
that you just ignore them, but you say why they don't matter or why they are a red herring.
I mean,
Right.
the thing is, I could see how, how is the killer choosing their victims is reasonably easy to answer, even with the few clues we have. It's just a question of whether we can explain away enough of them, etc., to really, make a decent run for it or not.
And also on a meta level, since you only answer one of the 3 questions, it's also the decision of how understanding or how like crass and brutal you want to be towards Sally. If you
Very
go the American
They're
way
all-
and just kill her, or if you try to really understand why she might be doing what she's doing.
I mean, so I'm
And
more
then-
likely to sympathize with like a ghost than, or even a swarm of rats than I would be a serial killer. But on the other hand, that's me. Eleanor might be like quite interested in Sally No Face, at least talking to her about like surgery
Certainly
stuff.
in her techniques.
Yeah,
That's what I was
but
thinking.
that, technically that could happen with any of these 3, but I do think that because like empathizing isn't the same as wanting to learn from, so she doesn't require any of these, but I could easily imagine her going for like the second or third question more than the first, just sneaking in and destroying. Like she'd like to either lure the killer to her so they can talk on her, at her lab, because we know that she or somehow was put a body there.
Sorry, just
Or
dash for a second again.
sure, go ahead. So I would
just as a
disagree.
reminder, the body was put there by William, not by her.
Oh, right. That's right. Well, the first clue says that is a Sally No Face clue, but yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I gave it to you to decide whether you want to put it to the lurker or Sally No Face, and you decided for No Face. But
So-
canonically,
Yeah,
it
you're
is a victim of Sally's, but put there by William.
As a friendly, here you go. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I could lure her here saying like, so I have one of your victims that somebody that you probably noticed went missing. But I do like the idea of understanding what's going on. So I would love to shoot for the third question, but I will say that at least one of the clues, Clive's face removed in a grisly, imprecise fashion, doesn't seem to suggest like empathizing with or understanding the killer, because that sounds more like a copycat or something.
Yeah.
I'm not
Which would be a
sure.
way of explaining it away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it would still work.
Mm-hmm.
And do we
Either
get to
a
count that
copycat-
towards the roll?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And the other question to consider here, particularly for Dr. Swindrake, is that one of your moves only triggers after Hargrave House night phase. So if you don't want to maybe go after her tonight and want to maybe spend the next day phase selecting or finding more clues, then that would be an option to just go, we are not solving anything tonight. We're staying in, exploring the house a bit further.
So I'm assuming we all have to agree, right? We all have to stay in order for it to be a Hargrave house.
Yes.
Night
That's a group
Is that
decision.
correct? Yeah. So then, because otherwise I would have said, well, we can also find clues at night, not just more dangerous.
I mean, the Hargrave house
not during the
allows
Hargrave
us
house
opportunity.
phase.
Yeah, the Hargrave house moves allow us to find clues.
No, Hargrave house is just the thing where you discover the house.
Oh, but one of my I thought one of my moves specifically is something that I can only do night work. My night work move is, but that lets me find clues.
But
okay, but that's a special thing though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Okay, wait.
Yeah. The mother can find a clue during the Hargrave house night phase. That is true, but that is a special thing for the mother.
I get it.
Usually you can't.
Yeah. No, I just remember that I think in the previous one it was still worded differently, right? Because there was no Hargrave house night phase, and so it was literally just that the mother would have to sacrifice her night phase to do this instead. Yeah. Okay, cool. Anyway, I'm fine either way.
I think the second or third question, is also what I would kind of be looking for. Right now, I would float the tailor as Sally No Face, and so
who you cut out.
Oh, sorry. I would pitch the tailor Clemenza as Sally No Face, and so that would put Pike in a delicate position of trying to empathize and bringing them in peacefully. And so I might be pushing towards the second option, but the second question.
But also, I talked to Sally No Face, right? And
yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
I don't know exactly how you described her, but I thought it was somebody who presented as female, at least.
Sure. But as we know from what was it, Dress to Kill, like one of the first slasher movies from the early 80s. That is not a problem. People can dress up.
I was more thinking the voice and stuff, but I guess maybe Clemenza is a great.
People can also talk in a higher pitch.
Exactly. Maybe he's just a great voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
yes, I described her as female presenting, but again, that doesn't mean that it can't be Clemenza.
Because I just thought more like that he was just fulfilling an order. But yeah.
But yeah, maybe playing through the cycle again and just whatever, contextualizing a bit more might be more satisfying to come to a conclusion. But
yeah, okay. But does that mean we want a night phase? We still have to decide, because we can also do a London night phase without answering the question and just more investigation, right? So we still have to decide that. But what was it? There's a room to unlock that is interesting to the mother. Did I get that correctly?
For that, she would need to take a move first. Because
you haven't taken that move yet.
The new edition is a bit like Yaziba's Bed and Breakfast in that way. That you are not, like in the old version, if the mother takes the infirmary move and then leaves the game, technically speaking, the infirmary, I think, would leave with her because it's tied to the move. In the new version, the move puts the infirmary into play as a unlockable room, and then if Dr. Swindrake leaves the game, the infirmary is still there.
Okay, so basically what you were referring to was just the night work move in particular.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
When it comes
I don't have that other one, yeah.
When it comes
However,
to rooms,
now you also have the Resurrectionists, with which you can also get some body parts and other stuff.
Yeah, that's part of the dusk phase. So did we skip over that already, or?
No, we still at the dusk phase, and we're still trying to figure out whether or not you want to answer a question.
Okay, well, I will definitely be using my Resurrectionist move at the dusk phase. But I think we should let's do more investigating, just because I would rather roll for the best question we can get, and why not? I mean, goodness, oh no, we roll with a +1 or something. That's not the worst. And also, the previous just last night phase, technically, we answered a question and resolved a threat, so it's fine.
Yes,
we can take a day of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so that's a no from Dr. Swindrake. Pike also no, and I think, right, if I understood you correctly, and Hecate? Yes or
I
no
was
to
happy
answering the
with
question?
either.
Okay, so then we'll stick with the only person who made a
Yes.
decision, and that's a no from Dr. Swinrake.
Yeah, I'm also more
Fair
interested
enough.
in the more complex answers anyway. So
Then now we resolve any playbook moves or special moves that are resolved during the dusk phase.
Okay. Am I the only one who has one, or do other people have dusk phase moves?
I have one as well.
Who
yeah,
wants to go
Want to go, or
first?
shall I?
Please go for it.
So this is my first time using the Resurrectionists.
Yes.
I have hired a gang of grave robber, led by a man called Harley White, who wears dingy workman's clothes, has cracked teeth, and smells of grave dirt. He is loyal to me. Each dusk phase, I get to pick two. Let's see. I can get a body part for the child. That's one. I could. I can get a personal quarters item. Actually, I would ask another hunter what it would be. I don't need that right now. A grave robber accompanies me during the night phase, and I get a condition, but then I can roll actions that the grave robber is helping me with at advantage, and I can face no blowback or complications from any criminal activities the grave robbers get up to that night. So I guess I'll go with. Let me look at my night move. That's also not a roller. So I will go with body part for the child and no blowback.
Let's set the scene maybe. Where are you meeting Mr. White?
So
Is he coming to you or?
No, we have a standing agreement to meet behind a nearby charnel house. Charnel house, is that the right phrase for where they do away with dead bodies and things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big style butcheries.
Yeah, right. So I am back there. We meet behind there at dusk every night and just check in with each other. And we are my work in the evenings as kind of basically like a coroner for hire, and and basically more like sort of mortician has brought me in contact with Mr. White, who is a gravedigger by trade. But by day, but by night, he returns to the scene, his workplaces at times, and claims things that he finds valuable. He began by noticing that he could crack open coffins and remove jewelry before putting them in the ground, because that's just a waste. And then he learned that there are people who might want more than just the jewelry out of the coffin. That's me.
that's a great side gig.
Right? Yeah, I mean it's a no-brainer. And so so often I ask for brains, and then the bodies are no-brainers.
Yeah. So you meet him behind the charnel house, and Dr. Thrinrake. It's fancy to meet you here. Would you believe it? There's been a bit of a tussle between two street gangs the other day, and lots of work to do. It's not that anybody cares about those poor sods, whether or not they are pushed into the river or put in the dirt anyway. So if there's anything you need, just tell me, and I'm sure we can make an arrangement.
Well, I would like you to. I trust your judgment. You've seen your fair share of bodies. Let's find body parts that could fit a feminine form of delicacy, and a delicate and classy feminine form. So no rough hands or large feet, please, but perhaps some healthy guts, or strong blood, or sharp eyes.
Oh yeah,
If you could, manage to salvage something like that.
I sure am. Underneath our skin, we all look the same, don't we?
We do. Most of us.
Yeah. So if you'll follow me, and then I wonder where they're doing that. Like, I imagine they're not even like it's a late 19th century, so they're probably not particularly concerned with like keeping the bodies cool or anything, since they're not high profile cases anyway. So he probably has a little shack where like about, I don't know, maybe 10 all in all dead bodies are piled up, all fresh, all from last night, and you can take your pick there.
Okay. So the move
like,
says that the body part will be delivered at dawn, just FYI. So perhaps I walk in and I look over the bodies, and I'm like, ooh, those right there, those eyes, those are perfect color. It's a bluish violet, and they look whole. and unspoiled. And I'll say, just drop them off, please.
Sure we
Down
do.
carefully before the night is through.
Yes. We'll see to it that your man gets it. And that sounded more threatening than I meant it to. I didn't mean that your man gets it. I meant your man. You understand me?
Yes, I need my man intact. He's more useful alive than dead.
Yeah, although he does have beautiful hair, I must say.
Yes, and if I were in the market for more masculine presenting parts, I'm sure his hands, his beard, or etc. would be magnificent. Nevertheless, that's not my need tonight.
Yes, I don't want to keep you, Dr. Swindrake. Yep. So he will relieve that. He will deliver that as you asked in the morning. And I would say before we forget, maybe go ahead and cross off the guts.
Okay. Guts. Okay.
Yeah. You were asking for guts, weren't you?
Eyes, but I can do guts too.
Oh, you can do eyes too. I don't mind.
Okay, let's do it.
He said, take your pick, so...
Yeah, I get one body part. So I have a body part, and I'll get away with it. Yay, okay.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to get this child finished before we run out of game sessions, because I've got only 3 now out of
But now you
14
have
parts.
two dedicated moves that give you body parts.
True, that'll help.
Mm-hmm. And if you are comfortable with in-fiction ramifications, you could also conceivably take them.
I could if I rolled well, or not roll, I could get 5 in one technically. All 3 from night work and 2 from resurrection. Sure. Okay.
Yes.
I'll get that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that if I start running out of time.
No, we have time. Mr. Pike, you have day work to do, don't you?
I do. Spend most of your days caring for Hargrave House, tidying up, managing accounts, answering callers. Each dusk phase, choose one. I'm going to choose you learn something interesting about a threat. Keeper, any question will answer truthfully and completely, or in the form of a clue, their choice.
Mm-hmm. What's your question?
And I think, my question is, have I, or maybe what have I noticed about the rat activity around Hargrave House? Like, I know we saw some, like the knots bitten out of their ear, but like, I would assume like Pike sees like the same rat. Like, he might not think that, but
yeah, that is a good question.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We just quickly take a look at the clues, because I haven't thought that much about that mystery yet, because we haven't engaged with that much. But maybe there's a clue that will inspire me. That's beautiful, because that fits with what we did so far. As you walk around St. James Street and Piccadilly, like that old money area, you come across a shop that has been burned to the ground. And as you inquire and maybe ask Clemenza, he will tell you that used to be a silversmith. And what is interesting about it is how targeted it seems. Like, if you poke around there, you will find that it really looks like arson. And it is only this silversmith shop in that area. So the clue is, and I'll write it into, and you are very welcome, with that question, to ask more pointed and more precise questions. But if you ask a question like, what have I noticed, then I don't know what you noticed.
Yeah, that's fair.
Other than giving you a clue. Silversmith shop burned to the ground. And since I already established that, it's a silversmith shop in or around St. James Street. Although, if I look at the map, I think it might be a bit, it does not fit. St. James Street, if you go to the northwest, there by like Charing Cross, Coventry Street, it's probably more around this area, like Leicester Square. So still old money West End, but a bit less close to you and a bit more close to like the general area of King's Cross and Smithfield. Like, if you Sorry, I was just throwing out the names. If you look at the square that leads to St. James Street in Belgravia Square, I'm talking about the top right corner. Maybe even a bit outside of that, in this
Gotcha.
in between area there. Yes, so we have that. That was satisfying. And let me just put that clue in onto the board as well. Wait a second, where is it?
I can also do it.
Yeah, I just.
I was
Oh,
just
I think
waiting for it to.
Yeah, I think I forgot to. Annoying. I wrote it down and then I think I did not click the add button, so I need to write it down again. Give me a second. There it is. Silversmith shop in the West End, close to the area called again, close to Smithfield. Burned down. Looks like arson. Add. Now there we are. That is one for the night. Oh, we already got it. Nice, thank you. Okay, and with that we are at the stage where you decide whether or not you are going to have a London night phase or a Hargrave House night phase.
I thought we had decided Hargrave House. Am I wrong?
I thought we had decided night in London because we wanted to do more investigating.
Okay, that's fine.
You
Works
can
for me.
also do the
Unless I
investigating during the day.
No, we can do night.
Oh,
Let's
true.
London. Sure, that's fine.
Either way.
I really don't mind. It's just I have a move that can get clues or body parts in a Hargrave House phase,
Yes.
but I don't think anyone else can get clues. So if we want clues, we should do a London night.
Maybe to make you even less decided, let me offer you 3 rooms that you can decide just as a teaser. And if you don't want any of these rooms, of course, you're free to go out into the night. I would give you the choice between the trophy room, just picking up from what you've been doing lately, where if you initiate a secret tryst with in the servants' quarters. Oh, sorry, it's the servant quarters. And if you initiate a secret tryst in the servant quarters with another hunter, trigger the vulnerable move. You may both speak freely about your pasts. Until you trigger this move again, you may each use any unmarked item from your paramount's personal quarters once. And since you've been very intimate lately with one another, that would be an option. Or since you've gone to talking to side characters, the salon would be an option. When you trigger the vulnerable move with a side character in the salon, always trigger the day move instead of the night move, so long as you have not taken hostile action against them in the scene. And the third one that I would offer for tonight, if you want it, is the music room, which I thinking of in terms of the St. James Street Ghost. Hereafter, when you play an instrument in order to use the power of music to trap or banish a spirit, demon, or other dark entity, roll with sensitivity. On a 10+, the entity is held in place or banished, your choice, or it is held in place, but only so long as you keep playing, or something horrible happens on a miss. So that would already give you the means to banish the St. James Street Ghost if you would unlock the music room.
Can you remind me, do all 3 of us just do 1 room total at night?
Yes.
So, okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a collection of set the scene rooms questions and once you've answered all of them, you get the room.
So if we do want to do a Hargrave House phase, which I guess is also fine, given that we have kind of a bit of time left on every single mystery. I'm
not saying that I would prefer a Hargrave House phase, because I also have a very nice idea for something horrible that might happen to one of you if you go out.
So I'm happy with either, but if we do Hargrave House, I would be for either the second or third option, the salon or the music room.
Well, I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you want to stay in?
I mean, it would be fun to banish
a
ghost now. Just like boom.
And also, staying in always means that Dr. Swindrake gets to play her move. That's just always nice. Okay, so then we have a Hargrave. Sorry?
That way we can get a clue.
Yes, you do. So then we have a Hargrave House night phase. The keeper reads the first prompt from the chosen room, and the assigned player to resolves it. Blah blah. Okay, let me see where I find it on the keeper. It is here, I think. Yeah. And the room that you didn't finally decide which one you wanted to open. Was that the music room, or I think the salon was also in play. And
So the music room will let us possibly banish the ghost. The salon is talk to one of the two people, residents, right?
that was
Any NPC.
Yeah, any NPC.
So the servants' quarters was the one where you get a bonus if you talk to one another, and that is that you may use each other's items in the coming day phase. The salon was where you can talk to side characters with the day move instead of the night move, even at night. And the music room is the one where you can banish ghosts.
I like music room.
But then
right?
salon is not just the residents; it can also be other side characters.
Any NPC.
Like,
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Dapper Boy or something. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just invite them to the salon.
Yeah, come
Okay,
on by
then
my
let me-
salon, my sunroom, saloniere.
Activate the room. So I just hit the activate the room, display it to Hunters button. Did anything happen on your end?
No, I mean, I guess. Wait, do I have to click on the thing?
Yeah. you
Yeah,
have to
when I
click
click
on
on it, then I can see the.
Here's
the
some
prompt.
feedback. Because one thing I've discovered is that you can't read the rooms if you until the GM unlocks them, which is super annoying. Like
You always have the book, of course.
I know. Just
But I
why
think I think the idea is that I think the
Bit of suspense. Secrets.
Cordova kind of likes to play it close to the vest in a way that I don't, and that's why it's programmed that way. But you have the book; you can just read it up there. Okay, so the music room, thick Persian rugs, a number of instruments arranged around the perimeter, a grand piano anchoring in the center. An enormous mirror has bloody handprints on it. The handprints cannot be washed off. Paint the scene. A former hunter in residence once used this room to wrangle a spirit using the power of music. In addition to the bloody handprints on the mirror, there are other, more subtle signs of the struggle still in this room. What are they?
Something interesting.
I think there's a set of keys, the ones that were used for the sort of main theme of the spirit that was banished, that cannot be tuned correctly anymore. So every time you hit those, you get a bit of a dissonant sort of sound.
That's beautiful. Nice. That is really beautiful. Okay, what else do we have, Casey?
Sure, yeah. There's a wooden music stand, somewhere, and the sheet music that was on it has imprinted on the wood. So there's this ghostly image of the sheet music, and it's stuck there.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Swindrake?
So the two paint the scenes have been about the fact that something ghostly happened here, but
specifically that there was a fight.
Yeah, so I'm going to focus more on the combat or the fight, which is there are still places in the wooden paneling where you can see that a blade has pierced through the wood in the past. And it's been, somebody applied some finish to the area so that it doesn't look like raw wood, but you can still see the marks of a sword blade of some sort penetrating the wood here and there.
Oh, nice. Okay, and now what do I contribute? Oh, yeah. It is very difficult in this room. It is very, very difficult to keep your temper in this room. So anybody who starts playing an instrument will get into it very quickly and very passionately, which is nice for a while, but eventually they will be so agitated that they will lose focus and just tumble towards a crescendo whether they want to or not, or towards a fight if they don't play music. Keep your temper in this room. Music played will inevitably lead to a furious crescendo. To say Clem Fandango. Okay. And that is the paint the scene questions. And with that in mind, I have no idea how the order was last time, so I'll just go by order of in the Discord. With Casey, please do question 2, the year 1717. Gwen, please do question 3, continue the scene by narrating. And Zena, please do scene 4, narrate Miss Archer's battle. Starting with 2. And just, I was just checking if there's anything in between that we're supposed to do, but there isn't. We just go on to narration of question 2. The year 1717, and Hargrave House resident Evany Archer is preparing to do battle with a ghost tormenting the mansion's halls. Which instrument will be her weapon, and what makes it so special? What other preparations does she make, Casey?
Yeah. It's going to be a violin. What
Mm-hmm.
makes it special is, well, I guess that's probably not all that big of a stretch. But the strings are actually, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna mix it up. The strings for the violin are made out of the ghost's mortal remains, out of innards or whatever. The
Mm-hmm.
ghost is a recent happening, and so the body has been made into the.
Sorry, you cutting out?
Oh, sorry. You want me to?
I heard until it's made of the ghost's mortal remains.
Yeah.
And
So like sinew or tissue, tendon or innards,
Mm-hmm.
like the string, right? The strings on the violin are made out of.
Yes.
And she also rosins the bow. It's got to be like dried bow or something.
Mm-hmm.
So the horsehair takes on this sort of like dusky, rusty color. And when she starts to play, that it starts to come off color of that sort of red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm seeing. What other preparations does she make? Yeah, I think we see her laying out some of the tools here in the music room, right? So the ritual blade that made the holes is laid on top of the grand piano. There's like a vial of holy water sitting on the music stand that we saw earlier as well, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's what we see.
Okay, thank you. Mm-hmm. Just quickly finish writing, and then we go to Gwen. Continue the scene by narrating the appearance of the ghost. What sobriquet is this nasty spirit known by? What about its appearance tells us this nickname is well earned? And why is the ghost so dangerous?
So let's call the ghost. So let me describe what happens. So as Evany begins to play a very particular tune, and as Evany begins to play a very particular tune, a strange harmonizing music kind of begins to emanate from all around, and the area, the temperature rises, and one part of the room begins to shimmer as this ghost kind of manifests. And the ghost is let's say it's a woman wearing kind of flowing robes, and her arms are outstretched, and her mouth is stretched open in a just distended sort of way, and the harmony is actually a song coming from out of her mouth, deep in her throat, and this like extended mouth, and her eyes are unnaturally large, wide, shaking, almost swirling around as her hair kind of flows behind her. And they have almost like there's almost like a competition to play between the two musically, who will be the one playing the melody and versus who will be the harmonizing support, right? And so there's this little musical battle that goes on. And the characters are the sobriquet is, let's call her, she is the let's say she is the delirium soprano. I don't know. Is what she's known as, the delirium soprano. She sings in this beautiful operatic voice, but it's clearly a delirious person or performance, and it engenders, this is why it's dangerous, delirium in those who listen. The only way that Evany has discovered to combat this person is by challenging not them, but their dominance of the musical, like you counteract their music, their soprano voice.
Yeah,
with,
that's cool.
Something that is not inspiring delirium, but perhaps the opposite, whatever that might be, melancholy or something.
That's great. Not the ghost, but it's a melody by counteracting it. That's beautiful. Thank you. And with that, we come to Zena. Please narrate Miss Archer's battle with the ghost. How does the ghost react to the music? What is it like? How does Miss Archer very nearly lose her life? And what is it like when the ghost is finally subdued?
Excuse me. Yeah, so wait. Right. Yeah, so we've already, I guess, heard some of the react ghost, right? The ghost tries to I guess almost outsing Miss Archer's attempts to counteract her music. And we can see Miss Archer's violin playing getting faster and faster, to the point of where it seems like she's body possessed in some way, as she's trying desperately to hold on to the theme that she is trying to play. But the ghost, realizing maybe that her usual approach isn't quite working, because Miss Archer seems to be quite focused still, changes tack and instead tries to find a different melody that creates a whole bunch of dissonance with the music that Miss Archer is playing, to the point of where some, I guess, yeah, could you say that? Yeah, why not? Some of the glass in that big mirror shatters, and several glass shards, mirror shards are flying off into the direction of Miss Archer, cutting her hands. Some of them are cutting through some of the string on her bow. And at one point, she does lose her countenance or whatever, because one of the strings sort of, as it snaps back, whips right into her eyes, her beautiful violet bluish eyes, and we see blood running down her cheek.
Great.
She wipes it away and whips around, trying to gain her bearings, I guess. That's also how she leaves that blood stain on the mirror, trying to, stabilize herself. Actually, is that even... Anyway, who cares if that was
That's great.
her or
That's
the
great.
other one? And in that moment, I don't know how the ghost does it, but maybe the ghost has some kind of telekinesis abilities or whatever. That bow is ripped out of Miss Archer's hand and suddenly finds its way around her neck. Yeah, and as if by a ghostly hand is trying to, I guess, strangle her in some way. And how on earth does she actually subdue him? I didn't think subdue the ghost. I didn't think that far. I think this will sound ridiculous, but why not? I think it is Miss Archer's trusty cat who, in a just a fortunate moment, runs across the piano, the grand piano, playing some tunes, some notes that are perfectly. I'm sorry, why I don't know why I keep putting these comedic elements in, but anyway,
That's great. Go on. It's amazing.
Chord or something that interrupts the ghost's focus and gives Miss Archer a moment to regain her composure, to continue her whatever, I don't know, opera. No, I don't know, a symphony of some kind. And finally, the ghost sort of lets out one final, very dramatic, operatic scream, and then suddenly all sound is subdued, and the ghost seems to be, I don't know, banished one way or another. Yeah. I think the cat is called Mr. Mistopheles. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah.
That was a bit long. Sorry. I was just
It was
didn't
amazing.
know where I was going.
It was amazing. I wouldn't have it any shorter. Very cool. Okay. Let me just quickly arrange the Miro board to accommodate all of that, all your amazing input. Okay.
Or the name of the cat in that Michael Ende book. That would also be a good name. If only I could remember the name right now.
I can't.
I guess. Well, he was. I think his. I feel like certainly some people call him just Maestro. Maestro is also a great name for a cat.
I think I'm one of the few German kids of my generation who did not religiously read Michael Ende. Okay, I unlock the room. I don't know if that did anything. Oh yeah, the music room is there now. Hereafter, when you play an instrument in order to use the power of music to trap or banish a spirit, demon, or other dark entity, roll with sensitivity. On a 10+, the entity is held in place or banished, your choice. On a 7 to 9, the entity is held in place, but only so long as you keep playing. On a miss, the music draws the attention of countless spirits. You must play forever in order to hold them at bay. Describe what this looks like and then retire this character. And as always, remember you have masks to avoid that.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
But yeah, that's a new move that is open to all of you now. And as far as I read the move, it is not constricted to the music room. So there you go. Could have been a bit awkward to try to lure the ghost into Hargrave House. And with that, I would suggest we have a little break and then maybe do the dawn phase and then call it a day. Yeah?
Cool.
Yeah.
I have a question. Oh, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to say, at the end of the Hargrave House night phase, we get to take something and put it in our personal quarters,
absolutely.
Right? Okay. So
I apologize. Yes, but let's maybe do that after the break.
Yes.
Just so we remember what we're meant to do.
Okay.
The keeper reveals any special moves or other resources that are unlocked as a result of completing the room. And before that, each player adds something from the answers to the room prompts to their personal quarters. So during the break, maybe let that percolate and see what you are picking out from the music room for your personal quarters. And maybe does quarter past sound good to everybody?
Yeah. Gwen,
Sure.
Did you have a question though? Sorry, I interrupted you.
I'm good.
Okay. Then let's meet back quarter past.
All right, great.
Okay.
I really appreciate how this game in particular, like how tight its scaffolding is. Like even like I said at the beginning of my of a record, but now that we are at the other end of today's session, it's even clearer to me that I think a more tread game would have been open doored by me today because I was really not feeling it. I was tired. Like the creative juices were not flowing. But the game afforded me the luxury of just reading off prompts, going through the phases, reading off the phases. Like usually in moods like I was in today, in like more tready games, I would have been looking at the clock the entire time and going like, I hope I can fill another hour of this or another 2. But this game is not asking me to fill anything.
Question for y'all. Have either of you played or know much about the Lands Remaining?
No.
That's like the new Gauntlet game that's going to use this system. But it's a fantasy one where you basically like you wake up or wake up after a cataclysm and you are like the final representative of your like ideology or church or tribe or clan or organization. And so you and the others these are called your embers, and this land is all dark and grimdark, and you are embers, like simmering lights left over from before time, and you don't remember a lot about yourself, and you don't know what happened in the cataclysm, and you don't know who's responsible and how to fix it all, and so you go on fantasy adventures, and the questions you answer are about yourself and what happened to the world, and how to win, which is only one of you in the party can end up sitting on this throne at the end of the story and igniting the light of the world, but it'll be according to the principles of your background, not the others. So I just thought it was kind of an interesting take on using the mystery structure of Brindlewood, but not to solve like a crime, but to solve
Yeah.
like a mystery of the setting. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
or your own background, you know. So I thought that was really cool twist. Of
Yeah.
course, to like evoke like, you know, like Elden Ring and, you know, Dark Souls, that sort of vibe where you kind of are like this person from with a weird past that's somehow tied into the story and you don't really know what's happened and etc.
Yeah. I
So,
think this is in general like one of the things to understand with emergent mystery games, that the mystery does not really have to be a mystery. It's not even a mystery here. It's a threat. It's something dangerous that you deal with. You're not trying to find out who killed the gardener in what room with what weapon. Um, and I'm trying carefully not to talk myself into a rant about Quince again, but that was like one of the things that I found really sad about how he talked about Apocalypse Keys, where he was basically, his point was that he didn't quite understand how the mysteries go, and because he didn't understand how they go, they stressed him, and because they stressed him, the game would be better without them. Where I'm thinking like, no, that would cut off an important part, and also the mystery is, it's not about finding out who the
Who's
harbinger is. I mean, it is about finding out who it is, but it's not a whodunit.
whose take was this?
Quince, that YouTuber that used to do board game stuff and then
Yeah.
got into TTRPGs and always like has a lot of reach, which is what mainly why it disappointed me so much to have this very superficial take. For him to have this superficial take,
It's like I
where
don't
I'm
I guess it's a valid point if you've read the book and you were like, I don't understand the mysteries. It's like maybe it's not well enough explained, but then neither
yeah.
I didn't struggle with it, and neither do
Yep. No, it was
you.
like,
So it's like
yeah,
maybe you read it again or watch someone else play it before you put out a video with such a strong take
yeah.
about it. Yeah.
he also had a
Luck,
kind of weirdly. I don't think he quite understands the context here about public access. It was positive, but he was acting like I don't know, like he didn't probably fully understand the game.
hmm which was the
I
same
mean,
sense that I had in his review of Triangle Agency.
Same,
Yeah,
yeah.
where he also was just like, I don't understand it. It's too complicated. It stresses me.
which
Um,
one?
a Triangle
Triangle.
Agency. This is
Yeah.
corporate horror
I still really
game.
wanna I still really want to play that. I also really wish I could buy a physical copy, but all of the distributors here are like sold out. And I'm like, oh, do I
we,
really
we
want this as a PDF? I don't know.
we will, Zena. We will. Because Gwen and I, we were in a quarterly of it, and our takeaway of that was that this game deserves more than a quarterly.
It
Because it
sounds
really,
fantastic.
yeah, it really blooms over time. But the important thing is that the GM does not have any control in that game. GM is a middle
Sounds
manager.
like fun.
Yeah,
Oh
It's
yeah,
really,
he's
I
general
really,
manager, GM. Yeah.
yeah, I
and
really like it, but it's
yeah,
complicated. I will say it's maybe more than it complicated than it needs to be. But it's the kind of game that really would like bloom with a good character keeper or like it needs one of these apps is what it really needs.
yeah.
Then it would be
And I think it needs players, and that is like I don't remember if he explicitly made that leverage that criticism. If he did, he would have been right. That is a game that needs players who have like high buy-in.
Mhm.
Because I think part of the magic of Triangle Agency is precisely this thing that stressed Quinns, that as the GM you are not in control. You most of the time are not expected to know the moves of the players, and the players will surprise you with their like unorthodox ways of solving stuff, based on things you
Sounds
probably
like
haven't read.
sounds like the right kind of game for people at the hearth for sure.
Absolutely. Like,
Well,
as you know from our Apocalypse Keys, I thrive on that shit.
it's also profoundly actually it's I've never played a game that has how to put it. you can go in and play that game and you're certain you know what kind of game it is. Oh, this is like an X-Files game. But then halfway through the run, you realize you're not playing an X-Files game at all. This isn't at all like that. It's almost like opposite of that somehow. I don't want to spoil it, but there's this huge like meta plot arc that just everything shifts at some point along the way, and it's really strange. I mean, I like that a lot. That's what I like about it. And it ends up being quite like revolutionary in a way. And I mean that like politically, it's very like anti-authoritarian and anti-lefty,
If you want
I
it to be.
guess. Yeah, it can be. Yeah. Or you can lean into
You can
the
just side with the
conformity of it
machine.
all. Yeah, right. So that's really like, oh, and the fact that the second half of the book is supposed to be kind of inaccessible to players. It's called Behind a Play Wall, and you unlock sections of the book later based
Yeah.
on advancements. And there is no table of contents for the second half of the book, for example. It's not indexed in the back of the book. And
Yeah.
the
Right.
reading of it is like an in-world document. It's like you're reading a document and then somebody hacks it and is sharing information and you're like,
Yeah.
what?
And then
I
players.
see all the time because I also love unconventional fiction,
Yeah.
right? Where you're like, or ergodic fiction and stuff like that. So that's exactly the type of thing. It's like, oh yeah, great.
And there's some
Conventional-
very strong layout choices made that some people love and some people hate. So if you're like somebody, like, there's nothing about that game that's like, oh, they chose the safe choice here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then players crucially includes the GM, because to navigate that play wall, you need to like follow the rabbit hole of each individual playbook, and that is
Perfect.
an exercise in following a rabbit hole for each player.
Again, as
like
someone who wrote the thesis about House of Leaves, this is right
Yeah,
up my
it
alley.
is- it
That's
is like
why
playing
I'm
House
like,
of
I think
Leaves
I
a
need a
lot.
print book.
Yeah, you need the print book. They're making more because it's been it's selling so well.
Like you can't just open up that play wall bit as a GM and go like, oh, what are my character's moves? Like let's check it by playbook or something like that. Nope, you have to follow whatever individual choice they made on their character sheet, provided you have the character sheet. If you don't, you just you have no way of knowing what moves they have. And
It's
I think
like
that
reading
is
a choose your own
the
adventure.
point.
It's like what?
Reading a choose your own adventure story.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah, I was
where
just
like, if
thinking
you
that.
pick A, that's exactly what the character building is like as
I
you
was just
advance.
thinking that.
It's
And it's
so
the same
novel.
like those little all those nested footnotes in House of Leaves where there's more and more and more, and at some point you need, I don't know, a mirror. Well, I didn't bother getting a mirror. I read backwards and that sort of thing, and you have to do this and this and this, and then you can puzzle over things.
Yeah.
And later it was a class in which we read it. I was disturbed, shocked, surprised, baffled that some of my classmates chose not to read any of the footnoted areas and wrote the main story. I'm doing main story in, quotation marks, by itself first because they were so annoyed by the remarks of the done. I was like, well, then you didn't read the book. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know that obviously everybody will have a different reading experience because that's the point of it, but not reading it, I guess it's also a choice, but it's a weird one. And I don't believe you read the book. You read the Navidson report. That is it.
Yeah.
You read a description within the book and nothing else.
Yeah. And like as a GM, if you get to that point where you're like, okay, the book obviously does not want me to know what's happening, you could say, okay, it's probably a badly written book, and with like any kind of threat game, you would probably be right. But in a game about like Byzantine, corporate horror, maybe that's the point.
The point, right? The point is,
One of the other, I just have to fangirl about this one more moment, which is at the beginning of the book, the very beginning, they make it clear, and then they don't talk about it until it shows up later in those rabbit holes, which is the actually you are in the real world when you're sitting at the table playing the game, and you can't take it for too long. It overwhelms you, so you have to step back into your delusion, which is when you get up away from the game table and go to your IRL life. Actually, so like the whole myth of the story of the game is that when you're at the Triangle Agency is doing the real world stuff in the game. The in-game fiction is the real world, and when you step out to go like to sleep or eat, make a meal, or talk to your partner, that's just a dream world you're in until you can stand to return to the real world. and only the strongest of us can. And so that like inversion of which the game and the reality of the game and the real life is I've never seen that before either. That's really interesting.
Yeah. Okay, shall we do the dawn
So many
phase?
reasons. So many reasons I need this book printed.
But yeah, it is on my things to play with Xena list. No worries. Probably not this year
The
anymore. though.
never-ending list. Although I guess you can take Girls of Gaziada Hotel out of it because now we're both
That's
in
true.
Donna's game.
That's
So
true.
at least I can tick it off as I will be playing it soon. At least the one time.
Yes. I shall ask you again what you want to play when Apocalypse Keys is over.
So many things.
Yeah. Okay. Dawn phase.
I have a night work move that activates in the dawn phase.
Mm-hmm.
During my Hargrave House night phase, I spend the evening doing things. I do a house call, I help Scotland Yard, drag bodies from the river, and I work on the child. Here are I choose 3 from below. I find a clue, or I acquire a body part, or I find a keepsake, basically. And I can choose the body part twice. That's the only one I can choose twice. So I will go with you find a clue, and then I acquire 2 body parts. That good?
Mm-hmm. That's good. What body part would you like to find?
Let's do.
And please tell us how you find it. Them.
So
want to find too.
I think that I'm called by Scotland Yard to examine a corpse that's just been dragged from the river, and I arrive to discover that it had been a dancer at the ballet, the London Ballet, right? Had fallen off a bridge in the river, or perhaps had been shoved, drowned. And so I make an excuse to Scotland Yard that I must take this body back to my laboratory to be examined because there may be some damage that I need to remove. And when I get back, I think, oh gosh, they're really explicit. Yeah, okay. Well, let's go with legs and torso, dancer's body, right?
Mm-hmm.
A young, healthy, and parts of the body that wouldn't necessarily be damaged in a drowning.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if I'm ever going to be able to want to narrate cutting the sex organs out of a corpse and using them for my new child. That's just strange, but okay. Jason, I mean, know.
You describe it as much as is comfortable to you.
Right. I mean, so this is definitely like I recognize that Charlotte, my dead fiance or lover, was herself a bit of an athlete and a dancer, and this is the first time I've encountered fresh specimen that resembled her in that regard. So I take what I can. Thank you. And send my report off to Scotland Yard, and they know better than to ask.
And they trust you that you will dispose of the body.
They know that I visit the charnel house regularly for some reason, because that's where my grave robbers are, my resurrectionists. But so I also get a clue described by you.
Yeah, that was the other question. Yeah, so you would like me to describe it. Okay.
Oh, it says the keeper will describe it. So.
Well, you have 2 choices. You can find one that I describe, or you can find one that you describe yourself.
Oh, so when it says a future threat, that means thank you. That means one of the 3 that we don't have listed, right?
What do you mean? The 3?
Well, the move
threat.
says
It's like a floating clue, I guess.
I find a clue that can be used for a future threat, not one of the 3 we currently have active.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I would understand that as well.
Then I would prefer it be a clue for one of our active ones, and I would ask you, which means you get to describe.
Do you have any preference about the clue, like about which mystery it should be from, or maybe a direction it should lead you to?
I mean, I was thinking another Sally No Face clue, just because I think it'd be fun to resolve that sooner rather than later. And we decided that kind of collectively that we wanted to kind of go for the hard question on that one if we could.
Absolutely.
So yeah, maybe there's maybe in fact I discovered that she had been poisoned with the same kind of poison that the Sally No Face had used in one of the other clues to incapacitate her victims before removing the face or killing her victim, maybe, I don't know. But that way, this suggests that perhaps this person escaped at the last minute and that would imply that Sally No Face's lair is near the ballet.
I would say you can have all that for free, because that is just like more lore to the clue about the poison that we already have.
Okay.
So that can totally, all of that can be true. And I will, on top of that, give you a new clue. And you said she was pushed off a bridge
That's
into
what
the.
Scotland Yard said. Maybe she jumped, maybe she fell because she was dying of the poison.
But she is in some way quite waterlogged. Then I forgot to. Give me a second.
Ooh, maybe Sally No Face is in the sewers.
Oh. You mean a red clue?
Well, maybe they worked.
Quickly, because I did forget to cross off all the clues that I gave out on my physical sheet because I do triple bookkeeping. We have. So I will go with. Check one thing. Oh yeah. I know what I have. I got something. So your contact at Scotland Yard, and I'm just looking if there's one. There actually is one. Yeah, let's maybe not go with D.I. Pettigrew. Because D.I. Pettigrew, I'm afraid, will not like you because you do have the Dark Threshold mark, don't you?
Don't know what that is, and that's not the guy
Oh
who
no,
died in our basement, because there was a
no.
Scotland Yard detective.
That was just a low level Bobby, and the Darkened Threshold is a mask of the future that you don't have marked.
No,
So
she doesn't. Yeah.
if that is the case, maybe we'll just introduce D.I. Pettigrew himself, a Scotland Yard inspector in a spotless tweed coat, a tidy mustache, and smoking a pipe, and he in general is not super happy about you sticking your nose in things, but so far he has been always helpful for, well, the help, because he calls you when he doesn't have any other clues. So it's a like begrudging work relationship, and he takes a, like, as he shows you the body, and says, I can't make heads or tails of that. Who would do that? I don't know. And why? And he gives you the belongings that were. Oh yeah, he shows you the body, and then he also says after you've taken the body, says, and we found this a bit further down the river. I think that belonged to her. And no, I lost my clue. Oh no, okay, then we'll do it differently. Sorry, I forgot while I was talking, I forgot what the clue was that I meant to give you. Then we'll do it a bit differently, and we'll go with a side character in a place they should not be. Because as you are at the Scotland Yard, and maybe you pick her up not from Pettigrew himself, you pick her up from Mr. Jacobson, the mortuary mortician that you already talked with in the last episode, and you stand over the body, and he is like picking your brain for help in the case, like where she is and who she is, and trying to find out what might have happened to her, and a very self-assured gentleman in a grey waistcoat with a brass pocket watch, and his hair is parted right down the middle, storms into the mortuary and says, "Sir, I am Dr. Van Cleef, Dr. Alexander Van Cleef, and I believe you have my dear wife here, Victoria Van Cleef, and I was asked by D.I. Pettigrew to identify her." And he steps closer to the slab and takes one look at the young lady and says, "Nope, that is not Victoria. I apologize. I'm afraid I can't help you here. I don't know, frankly, why I was called into this anyway." And Dr. Jacobson is like overwhelmed by the entire situation, and it's like, and Dr. Van Cleef looks at you and seems to think for a second if he seems to think that he remembers, like this, this when his eyes narrow, and he seems to think whether or not he remembers you from somewhere, and then he shakes his head and says, "Well, if that's all, I'll be on my way," and storms out just as quickly as he came in. So the clue is that Dr. Alexander van Cleef, who we have not met yet, was called to identify his wife,
Victoria.
Victoria van Cleef.
So I can't help but notice the recurrence of some names from our clues here. This person was a doctor who might, I imagine, have tailored and very chic surgeon's gowns with the monogram AVC. I wonder if his wife's maiden name is Callus.
Maybe.
Interesting.
And I will leave it to you, my dear Madam Doctor, whether or not you are familiar with his name.
If he's an established figure in the medical field, I would imagine so.
I would as well.
So yeah.
Okay, let me try to type out the clue. In the book, it's a side character's name written in. No, it's side character in a place where they should not be. Dr. Alexander van Cleef shows up in the mortuary to identify the body of his wife Victoria. He is not successful, and Ed.
He's not successful and not friendly.
Yes. Like, I could imagine maybe you've even, visited one of his lectures a few times. I mean, that's where he might remember your face. There are not that many female doctors, but I don't think he actually recognized you.
Is this a person existed in real life?
Alexander van Cleef? I have not checked that up. I don't know.
I'm just asking because I was looking around and there's some Van Cleefs, with a lot of different first names, and I think there's also at some point I found a book called History of Jan van Cleef of New Utrecht from who was I don't know, this is from 1659.
I know Cleef in real life, named James. I know a Van Cleef in real life, James Van Cleef. He writes books on Kant, but that's probably not who you're thinking.
And of course,
I
Lee Van
went
Cleef.
to a school with that, with that as a, how do you say that? I don't know, name.
Oh, really?
I don't know what you call that.
My dear hunters, I just remembered that we forgot one thing at the end of our Hargrave House phase, and that is to claim your keepsakes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we totally forgot because we talked about the triangle agency instead.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's do that.
I'm going to take a piece of the shattered mirror.
Nice.
I mean, unless Mix Latimer wants it, there is a violin to claim.
The whole violin? Wait, you wanted to get that?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Cool.
I just said the violin, unless you weren't planning that. I can imagine the doctor.
I was thinking smaller. I was thinking of taking one of the strings that are made from
the spirit's guts.
The goat. Yeah.
If you want, you can go ahead if you want. I'll find something else if you want.
But I mean, are you happy with the violin with the string missing? I mean, you have access to guts galore.
This is true. I could string it myself, or the music that was played, like the sheet music. That might be a fun one.
Just practically thinking, the entire violin, bow and all, might be more easily applicable going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
I just because we're gonna play an instrument using, because we open them later to capture the ghost.
Well, if you want the instrument, because I see Hecate as somebody who is probably more leaning toward the piano as the instrument of choice, and I feel like they probably made it a little mission of theirs to compose music that incorporates those dissonant keys. So I don't want them to be some musical genius, and also I don't know. Personally, I like listening to violins. I don't like playing it, so
fair.
I find it really grating.
Eleanor will play the violin, but use Hecate. All right, so this is Ebony's violin.
What would I have then? Would
We
I
don't
just
know
have
if
the
it's
sheet music, or maybe
yeah.
the music stand with the sheet music that has been imprinted on?
Yeah, that's cool.
I've got other paper ephemera already, so.
And then before we go to stars and wishes, there's only one more thing, and then because I would like to get through the dawn phase and not stop in the middle of it, we kind of jumped the gun with Dr. Swindrake's move. That would have been the last item on the list. Before that, we collect rewards as threats were resolved. That is not the case, but we answer dawn questions and mark new elective dawn questions, or leave either or both the same.
Yes.
So, Mr. Pike, so you did not, the hunters did not answer a question. They did not resolve a threat. Echoes in the night also weren't really a thing. Did you ensure that your employer got credit for your triumphs?
Do you not get to have echoes in the night when you're doing the house narrations?
No.
Yeah, we
'Cause
don't have
I went out of
unseen.
my way to do that.
It was awesome.
Like, I don't think.
Well, there aren't
Because
unseen, are there?
Because you don't have unseens, right? You have done a lot of unseens, and you don't have hunter scenes in the Hargrave night phase.
Somehow my brain I always thought that it's fine if it's like something that is being mirrored, whether it's during the day or the night, if it is in the narration. But I understand that it's not the unseen. It's just,
like,
anyway.
In my heart,
fine.
that is also true, but I'm afraid that's not what the rules say.
Fine. I like it.
But I might be wrong there.
Okay.
So, did you ensure that your employer got credit for your triumphs, Mr. Pike?
I don't think so. I don't think. I don't think I was able to accomplish that. No.
Okay, and I would say you definitely had more than one scene showing your secret private life in London.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Awesome.
So please take that experience point, and I see that you changed one of your questions to: did you engage in a petty reprisal of someone who angered your employer? That's nice. And did you demonstrate obsequious behavior toward your employer in front of others? Okay, nice. Madam Dr. Swindrake, what about you? Also a no for the first three questions, obviously, but did you secretly engage in romantic or emotional behavior at odds with your aloof logical exterior during the day phase?
But I mean, that we included that I was meeting with, I don't know if that was a scene. So I've had two encounters with Fanny now. One, which was the initial one set up by Mix Latimer, and then a second one when, she helped me. I was with her, and then she helped me clean up the blood.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I would say yes.
Yeah, I would say yes as well.
And then I definitely put my hands in a pile of guts with when I extracted the body parts. So yes,
fair enough.
Both. Questions, so I like them.
Yeah, okay. And then Mix Latimer, you didn't have much chance to do stuff. But did you express a clear preference for the beautiful over the mundane?
I think so, because I went ahead and, chasing fashion rather than dealing with any of our actual work.
Yeah, very good. And did you secretly show a vulnerable side to someone?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not a lot of time for it either.
Yeah, all that evening went by quickly. So are you taking new questions or are you keeping your old ones?
Can I choose that next week? Given
you totally can.
That it's 5 to 9.
Absolutely. And just because in theory, Mr. Pike, if he wanted to, could have a dawn move, you still haven't decided on your advance. Just reminding you of that.
Yep, I put it in my notes. Yeah.
Okay. And if you don't want to now pick that move and play that move, we're done with dawn phase. Okay. Then quick stars and wishes. I, of course, did not take any notes, but and also don't remember who said it, but I really love the idea of the permanently out of tune piano keys. That was so cool. I think it was Sina, right? That was really, really neat.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, this evening went by in a blur, and that's all I remember. And I'm just glad to have you all back. Casey, do you have anything you would like to?
Yeah, no, I had the same star. And yeah, I wonder how long we can keep catching Pike in lies before it all comes crashing down.
Yeah.
As a player, I'm not sure what all the lies are. Just full disclosure, I'm just seeing what happens.
Yes.
I liked all of the music room stuff was great. The
Yes.
keys remaining off tune. Dominic, your detail that like playing music in the music room will make you angry. That's awesome. Or like, yeah. And then the Delirium Sopranos, quite the nickname. I like that a
Yeah.
lot. Also, the detail that's out there now that there's like street gangs that are fighting or warring or something that's creating a wealth of bodies is a cool little detail that I look forward to maybe seeing more of or having become more relevant, perhaps. But yeah.
Yeah. Gwen, do you have anything?
I really liked the way we collaborated on the music room scene. I thought that everybody added something super cool.
Yeah.
And it led to, perhaps appropriately, given the nature of this room, to a real crescendo of violence with Xena describing the big ultimate showdown. I thought it was great. I mean that not sarcastically. I mean that sincerely. I loved it. And I thought that was super. I love the way that like the music is still imprinted on the stand. I love the way we interacted with the mirror. I thought that was a lot of fun. I also think I really enjoy how much thought we put into the different personal items we suggest for each other. That's a lot of fun as well. And I'm glad to be back in the Hargrave house with the gang.
Yeah. And Xena, do you have anything?
No, I don't know if I have anything extra to add because I mean I liked all of the things that were already sort of highlighted. I guess one thing I really loved the idea that I mean not just the name, the Delirium Soprano, but also the idea that the way to fight it is to play against that music in some way and to try and create the opposite and sort of like the whole harmonizing thing, etc. It's just a nice detail. What else? I don't know. I did really enjoy the way that you played the grave robbers I don't know, leader or whatever. I'm sure he has a name. I've forgotten it again, but I really
Mr.
enjoyed
White.
that.
Mr. White, he was great.
Mr. White was really good. And
Yeah.
I don't know why I love that Casey you chose Pike, I guess. I love that you chose a piece of the mirror, a shard. It's just like it just fits.
Yep.
Yeah.
If ever you meet somebody who shoots lasers, you will be perfectly set up.
You could also stab somebody with it in a pinch, I'm sure.
That's true. That's true.
Be behind yourself, read backwards, all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
Read some Gothic literature.
I mean, yeah, and since it's coming from a ghost encounter, like trying to see an otherwise invisible ghost, there's many things that you can do with a shard of haunted mirror. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'll stop the recording as always. Now,